Hello, everybody. This is Whoosh, exclusives podcast on Spotify. Simon Le Bon and Katy Krassner coming to you with a fantastic track by Marc Moulin called Balak.
I like this track, and I was happy to hear that you started with it. Actually, it was reminiscent of our earlier days when you put a Jan Hammer track as the start.
No, it's a very, very cool piece of music, I think, and very happy to to set up the vibe with that retro piece of music.
This is what I have to say about this podcast that people are about to hear today. First of all, I think it's the best one you've curated in all of our 19 episodes. We should have played that song 19 by Paul Hardcastle. No, 19. Also, I can pronounce almost everything on this playlist because now I'm going to practice and not allow you to laugh at me.
So who's the next record by?
I'm not up to that yet. I want
STRFKR.
I had to Google it because I knew I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was stricken figure. But then I realized that they took it. Yeah, STRFKR. But wait a minute. For people who don't know, Marc Moulin was the leader of Placebo, which was a huge jazz band.
Absolutely.
And then he formed another band called Telex. But I'm surprised you picked another jazz song because Jazz Hands.
I just think it was I liked it. I just jazz hands. I don't do jazz hands, sorry.
I think you didn't. You must do it. He's doing them. You guys can't see, but he's doing them. I don't know.
There's a funny story about jazz hands. They earlier on this year, there was an initiative at one of the universities to replace clapping with jazz hands because apparently clapping could upset people of a nervous disposition. So they decided to try and replace clapping at concerts with jazz hands.
That's awful.
What do you think about that?
I think that's pretty horrible. And I would think everyone was having a fit, like some sort of medical fit if I saw that.
There's another one of those. There's another really funny story in the news this week. And that is the BBC, the venerable BBC and British Broadcasting Corporation.
Yeah.
They put on this show called The Proms, and the last night at the Proms is this really big thing, and they always play music by Elgar, Pomp and Circumstance by Elgar, which contains the song Land of Hope and Glory.
Oh right,
Constance. And they decided that because it might upset people because it has apparently, it might remind people of slavery. BBC decided that they'd tell people not to sing along with it in case they offended some people.
But yet they played it at the.
Well, I don't know if they've done it yet. It's just the most ridiculous attempt at being politically correct. It's just, and it's a song's not about slavery at all. And it's not even a colonial song either. Like it's not even an empire song. It's before that.
I gotta say, I'm gonna take the hit on this one for the show. I always try to do the right thing, but the political correct expectations are getting a little above my head these days. I just wanna be a good person and stay in my own lane. And I think everyone, if I could give any advice, I think everyone should do the same and stop reprimanding people.
Oh, I know, it's ridiculous. This whole culture of what is it that they call it now? There's virtue signaling, and there's what is it?
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't make any attempt whatsoever to be politically correct. You either like it or you don't.
Right. And if you don't like it, don't listen.
Exactly.
Right. So our next track, I will admit I had to Google. Mm-hmm. It's a band called STRFKR, and I thought it was, but it's really Starfucker from Portland, Oregon.
Yeah,
they have a new album called Future Past Life. How about that? And they hope, and they hope to tour in 2021.
Right.
I thought this was interesting because I always like to connect our songs. They did a cover of Cyndi Lauper's "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," and it was featured in a Juicy Couture ad.
Wow, amazing!
What? So let's give a listen to "Dear Stranger" by Starfucker on this episode of Whoosh.
Alone and safe in a room. Why would I
Hi, you're listening to Whoosh with Caddy and Simon. That was Mission Desire by Jane Reaver, preceded by Dear Stranger by the great band STRFKR.
I liked Mission Desire. It got a little repetitive, but I sort of got into it. There's a video for it. It's in black and white. It's really cool, the video. It's not my video of the week, but it's my second favorite. But this is what I liked about Jane. She's been around a while. She's from Liverpool. She runs a label called Bird, and she was in a band called Kill Laura, which I I think I have heard of Kill Laura. They were on Polydor, and then they were on the Hacienda label from Manchester. So Jane's been around. Go Jane. Right. How you like that? How'd you find it? I like it. How'd you find it? Just noodling around? Yes, just the way I usually just searching, surfing, playing one track, then another, seeing where that leads me, using the using the algorithms. I try and keep my Spotify algorithms really open, so I don't favorite things at all. I don't have any favorites or likes, I just don't do any. So I just want to have as much openness as possible. I listen to a lot of playlists, a lot of, and I listen to albums as well. So I don't just listen to the stuff that comes up. If I hear an artist I like, I'll go into their albums or their career, check out some past stuff, some current stuff, and then see where that takes me as well. I might not put it in. I have one file called Radio Possibles, and I've got hundreds of songs in there. This is really where I dip into when I'm making the playlist, and that's full of stuff I know I like, and I just check out what's in there that goes together, and then I put it together and put it into the current Whoosh playlist. But I think that I really enjoy it. I just go on a little kind of walkabout. I think Bandcamp is an amazing tool as well. I think that's really good, and obviously SoundCloud. You can't forget SoundCloud. Bandcamp seems to be a little bit more kind of they've got it's a little bit more opinionated, which helps me in what I do. Well, I like when I research our artists and I find that they're on Bandcamp. The information they provide about the artist is so thorough that that helps me with my research. So I get excited. I have a question.
Yes.
Not from me, from Mike Vettel. I think this is Mike's second question on Whoosh. I have to keep track of these things.
We need to ration these questions.
We do. I want to say that Mike is a fan of a baseball team.
Yes.
The Cleveland Indians. And he always emails me, although we've never met each other, and he says, "Go Tribe." And I just want to say on the air, Mike, that I am a fan of the New York Yankees, and I do not support your tribe. But I think you'll see. But I think he'll see that this year at the World Series. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Mike says.
They don't have a problem with their name like the
They'll
Washington.
Probably change it. Redskins, maybe.
The Redskins are going to change theirs, aren't they?
Yeah, now they're just called the Washington Football Team. Mike, if you're,
have they still got the picture of the Indian on there?
Mm-mm.
No, really?
No. Yeah, and I think at the Cleveland Indians, Mike's team, they have a tomahawk chop thing that they do when they're doing well. Mike, you'll have to email me and tell me what the deal is with that. Mike's very sweet. So anyway, I do want to know. He says there's an old saying that says it's dangerous to meet your idols because you don't know what they're really like until you meet them. So Simon, have you ever been nervous to meet someone you highly respected, such as Princess Diana or David Bowie, and were your expectations met? Caddy, which artist has been highly influential in your life, and have you ever met them and you cannot say Duran Duran? Thank you for this weekly podcast. Us fans love them. Mike Vettel.
Well, Mike, I've got to tell you, I think that I have had one instance of somebody I absolutely idolized not being a bit of a disappointment when I met them in real life. Basically because they weren't as special as I thought they were. I can't say who, because I think that would be, it's disrespectful of me to provide names. So that it has happened to me. And by the way, if you ever meet me, I'm a complete arsehole.
You are not. But when you met Princess Diana or David Bowie or even Brian Ferry, I'm just guessing those are people you wanted to meet. Did they meet your expectation?
I won't say, will I?
You won't.
I don't think that. I just think that's a really, Princess Diana wasn't somebody I particularly idolized. She was, she was just the most famous person in the world. When we met Princess Diana, she joked with us and made us feel at ease. She was great.
Okay, so for me, I again have Simon to owe for I think my greatest honor. I tell everybody this story. You took me to see Paul McCartney play.
Oh, right, yeah.
At the venue at the Apollo Theater. And then you introduced me to him afterwards, and he kissed me on both cheeks, and I almost died. And Tanner was about maybe 6 months old. And when we left, I raced home, and it was like 1 a.m, and I took him out of his crib. And I took off his clothes. He was wearing a onesie, poor thing, fast asleep. And I rubbed my face all over his stomach.
Oh, just to get some of.
And I said,
"You Paul McCartney's charisma vibes."
Yeah,
all over
and I
his body.
said, "You have greatness on you, Tanner." And Brian thought I was crazy. And anyway, I think it worked. Because Tanner is fantastic and he's a good musician. So hey, maybe my kooky little spell worked. Who knows?
How would Brian be if Bob Dylan kissed him on both cheeks?
Oh, he would probably cry. I don't know, but I would not want
Bob Dylan's really hairy and scratchy now, though, isn't he? He looks like he's got a really scratchy face.
Yeah, I
think
Brian,
stubbly. He's very stubbly.
He is. I don't know how he would feel or how I'd feel if he then rubbed his face all over my children. But hey, they're older now. And moms can do that stuff. So Trevor sent let's do another question.
Yeah, sure.
A question from Trevor. Simon and Katy, my new Friday evening ritual when I return home from work is to mix up a fresh margarita and enjoy an episode of Whoosh. Do either of you have a favorite cocktail that you drink regularly? This question's definitely for you.
Well, yes, I have a few favorites. I mean, this is no secret. I'm a big fan of a Negroni.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of a Pisco Sour.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of an Old Fashioned. And there you have three drinks with 3 different bases. So
what's an Old Fashioned?
Oh, an Old Fashioned is it's bourbon with sugar and orange, and I think possibly some orange liqueur. I don't know how to make that one, but I do drink it. The other 2 I can make.
Do you remember when I won't say you got me drunk because I drank myself, but when we had Alabama Slammers, and I behaved really badly. No, we were at Dow in New York City, and I behaved super badly.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
No, when was that?
Ran around the restaurant like an idiot. It had that big upstairs.
I think I do remember.
It was horrible. I think they said something to you. Was
that the place that was quite close to the
Four Seasons?
Four Seasons. Yes, I do remember. I think we were there with Secret Agent Cho, weren't we?
Maybe, but I behaved. All I know is
they didn't say anything to me. They didn't. I just told you they did.
Maybe. I do remember running around. I had a big upstairs and running in a circle. Anyway, my drink of choice, Trevor, is a Diet Coke these days, or Diet Pepsi. Yeah. I don't like Coke. I like Pepsi. Okay. Let us listen to our next track.
What I wanted to say was we're going to play a track. Yeah, we're going to play a track by Rema. Last week we had Rema. This is different. This is just Rema, an African artist, and the song's going to be. You don't need to know what the song is yet, but Katy, what do you know about Rema?
Well, this was my video of the week.
Oh, really?
Yep, this was it. Someone wrote in a comment on YouTube that the video was like traveling the whole world without a visa. And that was so true. I love the video. Watch it. I love the whole vibe. Rema is one guy. His name is Divine Ikebor, and he's a Nigerian singer, songwriter, and rapper. And he actually rose to prominence when a song of his made Barack Obama's summer playlist.
Really?
So
Excellent.
that's almost as influential as Whoosh.
Well, I think it's fantastic. I mean, I'm always keep my eye out for on African music, and I wanted to play something that was a little bit more mainstream and a little bit more pop than the kind of the older stuff that we've been playing. Anyway, check it out. This is Rema with Do Maybe.
Another banger. Make a pom, make a pom, 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 make a pom, make a keep a tip, pom, pom, pom. Your body kakara, make a pom, 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 on a make it. Kilo fe, I'm a dead chocolate, fine, fine, oh, back at that, watch your love for like it, why not more, your body, check it, push it in, yeah, in my day, kabalo, see, kilo fe, why now, my lady, tell me what you do. Body, I'm a damn easy, baby. Why you want to give me control? If you want to get already, I'ma make up my you. I'ma need to can do. I go my you. I'ma need to can do. Do maybe. I don't want to say so, yeah. Hey, do maybe don't go carry belly. Hey, do maybe, let go on me see. If I hear say want I go vex. Okini nafia, okini baby, okini let me, put plenty money. Okini nafia, okini baby, okini let me, plenty money. Talk market wa, where I'm a dollar. Messi agre oya, kalanga money jo yeah. Shade ijoya, chaka wale patapa. I'm a sexy mama, come follow me, come my ijoya. I'ma make up my you. I'ma need your gange, I go my you. I'ma need your gange, do maybe, I don't money days, hey, do maybe don't go carry belly. Hey, do maybe, let go on me see, oh yeah. Come see, oh yo, baby, yo. Make a pom, make a keep a tip, pom, pom, pom. Your body kakara, make a pom, 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 on a make it check, get it, bom, bom. Make a pom, make a keep a tip, pom, pom, pom. Your body kakara, make a pom, 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 on a make it check, get it, bom, bom, bom. Check it,
Upstarts in a blowout. Young the sound. Get up off the ground, get up on your feet, because I'm the one you've been looking to see. And I've come too far to blow out now.
What a vibe. That was Cody Chesnutt with Upstairs in a Blowout. Now, I'm a bit confused by that because the first line of the song is Upstarts in a Blowout. Do you think somebody's got the title wrong? Do you think it's a typo? Anyway, whatever. It's a fabulous piece of music. And what a great segue from Do Maybe by Rema.
I think it was one of your best segues.
I think so. There's another one coming up, and I'm really pleased. I'm really proud of the next one. Proud of the next one.
I haven't heard from Cody in a long time. I believe his last album was in 2017. Yeah. And this is a repeat not a repeat, rather. It's his second visit. He was on Whoosh number 6 with the Roots. And now he's back on Whoosh 19. Yes,
and he has a version of that Roots song. I forget the name of that song, but he has his own version of that song, which is really cool. He's a great artist, and I think he's sort of one of those kind of. I think of him as one of those Spotify discoverables. Discoverable. An artist who would have just had very little kind of currency until something like Spotify came along and shone the spotlight on him.
Yeah, that's a really great way.
I was going to say currency now, but that, of course, is a tautology.
I don't even know what I don't know what that
currency means. Currency.
I know what currency means. What's a tautology?
Something that is current,
oh,
right? And a tautology is where you say the same thing twice, like saying he had a curly afro.
Okay, you know what? You're letting people know how smart you are, and I know
no, it's not.
I know you don't want people to know how smart you are.
Okay, so we can just wipe this from the transmission then.
So, because my French has improved so greatly over the past episodes, it's very fitting that our next question starts with this word: bonjour. Bonjour, Katy and Simon. I want to ask both of you, what was your intention when you first started Whoosh? Did you expect to get to episode 19, and do you think you will go beyond 20? I surely hope so. I don't know if you realize how much of a gift it is to end the week listening to both of you. Each episode brings exciting new music, but also a guaranteed laugh. Thank you so much for keeping this up and going. Nancy.
It's very nice of you.
Nancy, that's lovely. I don't know what we thought when we started. What did we think, Simon? What did we think?
Oh God, there was a question. No, I think we just felt that we had to do something to give Duran Duran presents during lockdown, didn't we? Something online.
Yeah.
And I'd done a radio thing, like an isolation radio with Miles Leonard called Ringers Radio, and I thought I could do this. I could do this.
Yeah,
I could do this. And all you got to do is have a bit of is like talking, and you and me, we like talking, we like chatting.
We like chatting to each other.
Always got plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, let's just try. Let's just do that. We'll chat. It'll be my take on music, and then you get to do the research and all that stuff. I thought we had all the necessary components to do something that might work, and it seems to be working. So I'm only extremely happy.
It does. I think
not even a bit happy. I'm only extremely happy.
I'm extremely happy too. I don't know what I expected, if I had any expectations when it started, but I'm certainly thrilled with how it's going and how much people are enjoying it, and how it's sort of spreading out slowly but surely to people that maybe perhaps we didn't ever think would be listeners. So that's really exciting. That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have another question, not starting with a French word, but it's just for you.
Yeah.
It's a question for Simon. If you have any questions, by the way, please send them to Whoosh Radio, WHOOOSHRADIO @gmail.com. Thank you. Question for Simon. I was listening to Red Carpet Massacre, and there are some songs that conjure very strong connections to a time and place for me. Box Full of Honey is one of them, specifically the line, "You'll always be my queen of tumble down, Miss Melancholy." This line always makes me think of the book Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell.
Oh my goodness. And
by Susanna Clark.
Yes.
Which Simon reviewed.
Which I did.
Which you did review.
There's and I think there's a reason for that, and I think you may not realize it, but it's the subconscious triggering of, because if you remember, there's a character in the book called the man with the thistle down hair. And I think that tumble down is a subconscious link there, but it does have that kind of. That I do see those kind of, and there's also there's the Castle of Lost Hope as well, which is very much like the tumble down. You're my queen of tumble down, Miss Melancholy. Yeah, I just had this. It's slightly sad, but I love that song so much.
Me too.
I mean, that really is one of my favorite songs. Let's play it.
Yeah. I was just going to say, that question was from Colette. Let's play
right now.
Let's play
right now.
Do it.
Here it is on Whoosh. Duran Duran, Box Full of Honey.
At the sharp end of the view, the edge of me and you, in all good sense, dare tread no further. And as the ghost will shiver trees, how I'm trembling on my knees, but I'm still drawn on by the murmur. Are you laughing at me now? In my circumstance, when still I wear your crown, my life's penitence for what? What's so funny? A box full of honey. What I thought a pretty tune was howling at the moon to keep me company this evening. It's so lonely in the dirt, scratching at the hurt that I so generously did leave you. Are you laughing at me now? In
What's so funny? Ain't it funny? A box full of honey. All right. That was Duran Duran with Box Full of Honey. In case you didn't know, we're on Whoosh. Now, the next song this is one of my Mercury Prize specials. I found it in the list of Mercury Prize songs, and it's by a band called Sports Team. And boy, do they remind me of Fontaine's DC.
They sure do. Can I say something about Sports Team?
You can.
Okay, so they're an English alternative band who met at Cambridge University. They released their first EP in 2018 and then a second one in 2019. They released their album, a full album, Down Happy, in June 2020. They were nominated for a Mercury Prize, but here's the deal. A lot of people do say that, they should be in that same genre with Fountains DC. But, sorry, Fontaine. Stop. I couldn't go a whole episode. Are you laughing
Sorry,
at me? Fontaine's DC, but they catch a lot of shit for having gone to Cambridge. Like that erases any sort of any kind of
credibility. Well, yeah, I get that. But then they just want to be a band. I mean, yeah. What are people saying? That they should be a bit more posher in their music,
or that they can't talk about the stuff they talk about because they went to Cambridge?
Because they don't really. Yeah, but maybe they're not posh boys. Maybe they aren't. Maybe they are from. Who knows? Are they all from like very wealthy backgrounds as well?
That I don't know. I did not read on.
The thing is that usually it is sort of like the top echelon of or the higher echelons of society are the people who put their whose kids end up going to Cambridge, even though all of those universities are trying to level it out. But it does seem to work that way. Oh, well, I don't give a fuck. I just like this record. Posh boys from Cambridge or not. This is Sports Team with Born Sugar. Don't get it confused with the Rolling Stones song, which is called Brown Sugar. This is... Are you going to let me finish? This is Born Sugar.
Into your ear so sweet, it's like you're born to
consider this proof of living, a flight deck recorder of life. I took some medicine to fight it, but it made the pilot look like an alien. Get me down, get me on the ground. Shortly after takeoff, find me crashing out. Don't pick up the pieces. Coming into land over the Pennines, I'm holding an old lady's hand. Then some fuck made a joke that he smelled some smoke coming from the exit side. Get me out, get me on the ground. Shortly after takeoff, you'll find me crashing out. Shortly after takeoff, find me. Shortly after takeoff, you'll find me crashing out. Don't pick up the pieces.
You're listening to Whoosh on Spotify. This is Katy. I'm with Simon LeBon. And we just listened to a song by a great artist called BC Camplight. The track is called Shortly After Takeoff. And it gave me an incredible amount of anxiety.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. I mean, it is about being in a plane crash.
Yeah.
But it's so delicate the way he sings it. He's not screaming his head off, which you would be if you are if you were actually in a plane crash. He does it with real Tame Impala aplomb, I would say. He's a great artist, actually. Very, very, very cool. I'm quite excited about him.
I'm going to try and pronounce his name. His name is Brian Cristinizio, I believe. Cristinzio. See, I said it wrong.
Brian Cristinzio, which is, I don't think you're the first person to have trouble with that. Otherwise, he wouldn't call himself BC Camplight, would he?
True.
Be Brian Cristinzio.
He's from He's from Philadelphia, but he lives in Manchester. And apparently, Brian was deported from Manchester, but then came back. He seems like an interesting fella. The Guardian called this track a tumultuous pop masterpiece.
Yeah.
But you know I hate to fly, so I was slightly panic-stricken by the song, but I liked it. I did. I'll admit it. Let's have another question to get me over my anxiety. When Duran Duran include instrumental songs like Tel Aviv, Faith in This Color, Tiger Tiger, Rose Arcana, and The Big Thing interludes.
Yes.
Who makes the? I was trying to find the question. Who makes the choices? Like, who's the big instrumental buff in the band? And that's from Max, who lives in the Valley in Los Angeles. Hi, Max.
Well, I think that, we I think that sort of, if you're not on an instrumental, then you don't have a lot of say in how it goes, do you? I mean, I think that there have been times when bits of music have been submitted, and I've said, frankly, that's just not good enough. It doesn't stand up next to the rest. It doesn't stack up next to the rest of the songs. And do they take me seriously?
Is that a no? Is that a no? That they
so
don't
it's
take
it's definitely not up to me. I don't. Yeah, this it's. I mean, those. I think you've really got to. I don't think they should be sort of like remnants of album remnants, song remnants. They should be really thought out pieces, like those tracks you mentioned, was things like Rose Arcana. Well, Rose Arcana was a bit of a remnant, actually, I worked on that with Nick a little bit. Certainly, Tel Aviv that song went through a whole bunch of iterations, would you say? Because I originally wrote lyrics for that. That was a song. And actually it wasn't a bad song either. We even recorded it as a demo. So one day you might even get to hear that, what that song was like with lyrics on it. It was a great song, I thought. Does that answer your question?
I believe it does. Have you ever played on one of the instrumental tracks, or no?
Well, I did a bit of yodeling on Tel Aviv, and sometimes I play. I don't think I've played much. Usually, maybe a keyboard on some of the other ones, but usually it's my time to take a day out of the studio.
A little breather.
Yeah. Another question.
From Mark. This is from Mark Johnson.
Yeah.
My question is for Simon. Again, I think someone would send me a question. The song The Universe Alone. I remember reading an interview with the band around the time of the Paper Gods album release, and Simon mentioned that there was something contained in the track The Universe Alone that he had guaranteed had never been heard on any other song ever released by any artist. Is it a sound, an instrument, or the way a certain section of the song is played? I'm very intrigued. Thanks for taking the time to answer. Mark Johnson. I never heard that.
The last one. Option C.
Section of the song, the way it's played?
It's just that there was a way that the melody worked that I guarantee you've never heard on any other piece of music. The way the verse melody works at the end of it. It's just different from anything. Maybe I'm different. You know, I might have been in a bit of fit of hyperbole. I said that no one's ever done this before, but I definitely know that I'd never done it before. So there you go.
I love that song.
Thank you for taking the time to write the question, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. Simon's wearing a very adorable t-shirt today. And the only reason I'm saying it's super adorable is my 5-year-old has the exact same shirt.
I love it.
Hayden has the same shirt.
Excellent.
You two would look ultra cute together. I'm going to send you a photo. What do you know about our next artist? Or why'd you choose our next artist, which is Sampa the Great, and the track?
I chose it because it sounds like it just has a vibe of an almighty great rambunctious party with horns coming to town.
Wow.
That's what it sounds like. So it sounds like it's halfway between the greatest sort of like coolest hip hop party on the planet, with the entrance of Cleopatra into wherever she went to.
Who knows? She went somewhere with Liz Taylor.
This is the one. Liz Taylor's entrance into Paramount Pictures.
This is Final Form.
Liz Taylor's entrance into Richard Burton's Underpants. There we go.
Oh my goodness. Final Form, Sampa the Great. Let's hear it now.
Can't afford to cover the course. Of course, maybe settle that one in court. Cause judging by the basics, y'all already comfortable, stuck up in the matrix. Shit is basic, past credentials. But understand your favorite rapper, peep my gold potential. I'm out of shame, been past it. Trying to fit a circle cause I don't know how to act shit. Half of y'all was steady insecure, don't try to backflip. Just because the seasoning and flow's already active. Only 4 years, fantastic. Young veteran, new classic. Nah, knock the walls off. Fuck the whole key, we gon' hinge the whole door off. I'm still AD, never forget it. It's life after death, roll the credits.
I hate to say my feelings for you still exist.
Credit my maker, take a trip to see Jamaica. Molly spirit with the vapor, back to Zion, that's in nature. Africa, the new America, I hope I earn this permanent. And this I put my pen in it, got my land and my permit with it. Bone on my bone, flesh off my flesh. Witness in me, you can't make me feel less. Let's hold, I'm not impressed. Best smoke, got my afro like an empress. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Last name Tembo, first name Eve. Somebody ate the food they told the great to never eat. I'm dripping, DNA steez like I'm born gray. I be mad 2G's. Third war in it, first war I dated. No mentor, all my heroes assassinated. We been here, reincarnated. Tryna finish what they started and we made it. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power.
I hate to say my feelings for you still exist, but the steady pace and the truthful face is what I need.
Wow, the grandeur, the grandeur, the grandeur. Sampa the Great with Final Form. Whoa.
That was a great track. And I liked her a lot. She was born in 1993 in Zambia and raised in Botswana. And then she went to Sydney to pursue a degree in audio production, Sydney, Australia. And she won the Australian Music Prize in both 2018 and 2020, becoming the first musician to win the award twice. That's pretty cool.
Gotta say, great news about Carlo.
Yeah, great news about Carlo. So first of all, I said her name wrong. She wrote she wrote to us, said that Timon was indeed the correct pronouncer of her name, and it seems like she wants to get to do something with you, Simon. That is very, very cool. So
well, I'm going to talk to Errol. I'm going to talk to Errol about it and see what we can see if we can work it with one of the songs we've already got going. Otherwise, we have to get together and do something together, which I would prefer actually, to start something from the ground up. But you never know. It'd be great to have her on the album that's coming out now, that's coming out soon, one day soon. One day soon, he said.
On Duran time.
I promise.
Do you know what a Duran Duran clock looks like?
Yes, it's that. Yes, it goes tick, 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 tick. Oh no, I've got terrible news for you. Oh, what's the terrible news, Katy? Oh, you've reached the end of the program.
Do I talk like that? Do I whine when I talk?
No,
okay,
you don't at all.
Thank you.
You have a great radio voice.
Maybe
you have a better one than me.
I don't think so. Brian described me as very Long Island.
Long Island brown bread.
Oh, brown Catherine, you haven't done that to me in a long time. And I was offended. I said I'm New York. I'm not Long Island. But he disagreed. He said that Simon and Katy are funny. Yes. Oh my God, yes. He said we were funny because I'm so Long Island, which
you are, and I'm not, and I'm not.
Ooh. Last week's bonus track was I'm jazz handing this was BTB by Moses Boyd. Go Moses. And
This week's bonus track. Well, we can say it. I don't see the difference. I might as well say it up front. We're going to play. Well, the last track you're going to hear if you can make it to the end of the podcast or the show, it's another track by BC Camplight. It's his track "I'm in a Weird Place Now." But before that, and we are going to go out on a very hot dance tune by Enter Shikari. This is TINA. See you next week.
I'm freaking out. I'm in a weird place now.